All right, so we made our code a lot more reusable now. Our index is just looking great since it doesn't have all that HTML that clutters everything. So we will probably be including this in another file later on, but right now for simplicity, we're just gonna leave it in there. So what we want to do right now is we have a table in our database called category. As a matter of fact, let's just change that and make it more a little bit more appropriate. Since we're not going to be holding one category, we're going to be holding many categories. Let's just change the name on it, and let's go to operation. Let's just click it here, go to operation, and call it categories, and click go. Right, that way we can rename it. Let's go ahead and insert some data into that, and let's call this bootstrap. You don't have to call it bootstrap, but you can call it whatever you want. But if you want to follow me exactly, do that. JavaScript, click go, and we have some information there that we can pull now and find out how to do this, right? So let's go to navigation. I'm going to go to my working files right here. And just to show you this field right here, this header, I'm going to separate it here a little bit just to show you. Remember that we're using a framework, so all this code, all these classes are being reproduced by the framework, the template. If I minimize this and I click there, that is that section right here. All right, this next section is the links that we're going to be replacing right here. Just know that. All right, so we're going to be doing some PHP here to replace those links. I'm going right now to, we can just go ahead and comment this out for now, then later on we take it off. All right, so what we want to do right now is start with a PHP tag, of course. Open and close PHP tag. Make this a little bigger so you can see what we're doing. And let's make a query here. Query of, this is going to be a variable. Actually, I'm going to put this query into a variable, and I'm going to say select, and you probably see me doing this before in the database section. I'm going to select all from where. What are we actually wanting to display here? Categories. Remember that, categories, the table, right? So we're going to select all the data from categories, and that's it. That's what we want to select. That's the, actually we make sure that we write the keyword from. Select all from categories. All right, and then we need another query here. Actually, we need to send this in. All right, so we're gonna say query category. Select. I'm just gonna name this differently. Select all categories. Query. This is a long name. I just want you to know that that's what it is. And actually, we don't need this here. MySQLi query is the function we use to send those parameters, that query, and we're gonna send it in with a connection. Remember that variable that we used, and make this a little smaller. For the connection, that is this variable from the database, and that variable is in the includes DB right here. All right, and we need to include this file actually there for that to work. But let's just finish it up right now. Navigate. Let's go to navigation. So we need to pass it the connection, and we need to pass it the query. There we go, right here. We also need to make another file called functions, but we'll probably do that later on, since I want to show you how to do this first, and then later on we start refactoring everything into functions like we done before in the other lectures. So select all categories from that, and then we need to display it to bring back those values. We use a while loop. All right, so we're gonna loop through all that, and we're gonna assign all that value, all those values to a variable. But right now, before we do that, let's use another function here that is going to help us do that. It's called MySQLi. Remember, we're using that API. MySQLi fetch array. We can use a sock too. This fine. All right, I'm spelling this wrong actually right there. And we want to fetch what? This result right there. Okay, and then we want to assign that result to, because it comes into an array, an associative array. All right, so that's how it comes out. And what are the names of those rows? Are cat title is the name. All right, that's what we want to display on that category there. And if I, because this is a UL right now, what I want to display inside this UL is a LI, right? So I'm going to assign this to a variable called cat title, just to make it more a little bit easier to see. And inside this, I'm going to do an echo, and inside this echo, I'm going to put this variable right here to display it. We want to display as a LI, a list item, and inside this list item, we'll want to put that cat title variable in there. So cat title. All right. So let's just make sure that, and the reason I put double quotes is that way I can use this. So make sure you use double quotes. That way you can use these brackets and make this separate from your HTML in a way. All right. This is the only way you can put variables in there with these brackets with double quotes outside. If we put single quotes, and I think I showed you that already, they don't work. That's in the beginning of the course. I have a lecture on that. LI. All right. So we should be able to see something here. If I didn't forget anything. Actually, as a matter of fact, I almost forgot. We need to include our DB connection in our index. So we have the header, but we need a connection right here also. So I'm going to copy this, and we're going to include a connection, and this is going to be called DB. So let's see how that works out. Maybe we have an error or something. Actually, it says we are connected actually, and it's already displaying the files here. We can't see it because we need links for that. All right, so we are connected. We are displaying, well, we need to organize it a little bit, and it's displaying we are connected. Let's just go back to the DB and take that we are connected out. Just comment that out. For now, we don't need it. Let's go back to navigation, and we need to put this in a link right here. I'm just going to copy this, make sure that they are on the link, make this single quotes. Okay, all right, so now we should be able to see something nicer. There we go. You see that navigation right here? It's not working yet. It's not directing us to any content because we don't have any content associated with this. But as you can see here, we are displaying this from the database. All right. So that's a start. And if we go ahead and add another field, let's insert another field, say something like PHP. And here we're going to say Java Go. And we go back to this and we refresh. You can see that that's being incremented there automatically. We are displaying dynamic data from our database. All right, just with a little bit of code here, we are doing all that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this lecture here, and get ready for the next one. Take care.